Hello and welcome to Important Learning, the home for the best stories live at CUNY Logistics University. Navigate with us through the life experience of our students and let yourself be inspired by their challenges and their achievements. Here we go. She started as one more student at KLU, and 4 years later, she is, for many KLU members, as beloved as our golden egg in our campus in the Hafen City. Today is here with me, Laura Guaglini. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Very good. Just chilling around the Philharmonie.
Great.
Laura has been a bachelor student, lead student ambassador, working student at the Student Recruitment and Admissions Department, hostess of the Open Days, and very much the most visible face, I would say, of KLU in social media and in online events. And of course, also collaborator of this very podcast last season. But today you are sitting with us as a guest. So how does the change of seat feel?
I would say it's a little bit weird because you feel a little bit nervous when you're the guest, but when I was just part of the production, I would just see the others being a bit nervous, but it's nice. I'm very happy to be here as a guest this time.
We're a pleasure to have you here as well. Definitely a star student sitting today at the podcast. Laura, you have lived so many stories at KLU that I could be talking with you for 3 hours or more, but I doubt that people have so much time to hear us. Yeah. So let's just try to summarize your experience at KLU during all these years. And right now you're on the verge of graduating. So
yes,
how's that feeling?
It's definitely a great feeling. I feel like I've accomplished lots during those 4 years, but at the same time, it's sad to leave. 4 years went by so fast. That's crazy to just think that I'm soon graduating, but it's a very nice feeling. I'm very happy about it.
Well, that's great. I mean, you're finishing this journey now. Let's have a quick look back on how all of this started. How did you first discover KLU?
Okay, it's quite a funny story. I come from Brazil, finished high school in the US, and then decided to take a little of a gap year before my university studies started in the US and went to travel for a little bit. And ended up being here in Hamburg, one of those destinies of traveling, which was quite interesting. I fell in love with the city, the people. I really liked it. And I remember calling my parents and being like, so I'm not going to the US anymore. I really want to stay here. And then I started looking for universities. Of course, I needed something that was English speaking. And I really fell in love when I found out about KLU, the location of the campus, the opportunity to have my studies in English, and as well, the all internationality of the program and just the degree itself.
That is great. I mean, you're coming from Brazil, right? Definitely the US was far.
Yeah.
But coming all the way to this side of the ocean, how did your family take this last minute change of plans?
To be honest, it was fine. They always knew I wanted to go abroad, live abroad, and they always supported all my decisions. So, of course, was a bit of a surprise, but they definitely supported this as well, and they were all in with me. I wouldn't be here if they hadn't supported me all the way.
And because you came from Brazil and it's not like a European country, you needed a preparation program to validate your studies. This is a very common topic for many of our international students. What are your takeaways from that preparation year? How did you feel of having to do a preparation year first? And then what did you take away from it after you completed it?
Yeah, definitely. At first, honestly, I didn't know I'll have to do that because that's a very specific thing to Germany. Of course, that differs in lots of countries and so on. So when I first heard about it, I was a bit scared because at first the plan was, okay, I'm going to start my bachelor's. I'll be done in 3 years. Amazing. And then suddenly 1 year was added there. But in the end, it was a very great experience. I got the chance to spend a year in Berlin, which was so amazing. I love the city, and it was a very good experience. We had some extra courses there just to get in the same level as the German high school diploma, which definitely helped me when I started my studies here. So my takeaway is that even though at first it sounded a bit scary to add 1 year to my study journey, in the end, it was amazing. I really felt like I learned a lot from it and really added to my curriculum and just learning in general.
And if only also gathering some intel about Germans in the German language. So that's definitely helpful when then studying your bachelor's and keeping living in Germany for a while. So your bachelor studies start right after that preparation program in the fall of 2019.
Yes.
Right? And what an unexpected ride you got there.
Oh, definitely.
The pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So you have been a pre-pandemic student, pandemic student, and let's call it sort of post-pandemic student.
Yeah, let's call it that.
How did your experience as a student evolve through all of this?
Well, definitely that was not something anyone had planned for. So I wasn't counting on having online classes or anything that happened. But even though with everything that happened, I still had a great experience. So yes, as you mentioned, I started my studies here in the fall of 2019. And then quickly in March 2020, everything had switched online. So it wasn't even a year before everything completely changed. But it still was a great experience. KLU was really prepared. They had a whole preparation for it. And the next day after it was announced by the government that everything had to shut down, we continued to have classes. So there was no 1 day delay or anything like that. So that worked perfect for my studies, for my planning. Definitely a different experience. A bit sad to not be able to be on campus together with my friends, but it was still very nice. I still achieved lots.
All right. So at least, we were prepared. It's great to hear it from a student perspective that you guys didn't delay any of your study program. And with all of the up and downs of the pandemic, which I think is the same for everybody, you at least have been able to live some precious moment during all this 4 years. I want to know, I have to dig in the gossip and ask you, what are the most beloved memories that you have of all these years at KLU?
I have many. Even though pandemic happened, I still had the chance to live so many amazing experiences. But definitely, one thing I really enjoyed was the Oscar parties KLU offers. This is something that's just amazing. And the first one, in fact, it was pre-pandemic, so it was just normal times, an event in campus with every student, organized by professors. It was just great. And then the second time, it was during pandemic, but already back on campus with the regulations. And in that day, in fact, I had a presentation in one of my classes just before the event started. And me and my classmates, we were all dressed up just night in the Oscar. So it was just a very fun thing to remember that I did a presentation and everyone was so dressed up to see the presentation, and it was just very fun. The professor also had lots of fun. It was just something I really enjoyed.
I wish I would have been in that fancy presentation. It sounds really fun. I want to also dig into another of your big contributions to KLU, and is that during these years, you have been an essential part of the Student Ambassador Program. This program allows our students to be an active part of the KLU community and gain skill sets along the way by participating in events and completing different tasks. Laura, you started as an ambassador and then later became the lead student ambassador for over 2 years. So quite a good time. Organizing hand in hand with the KLU staff different activities of this group. How was your experience in this program?
It was great. Honestly, my contact with the Student Ambassador Program started even before the fall of 2019. While I was a prep student, KLU did some events for us. where student ambassadors, so current KLU students, participated to already integrate us into the KLU community. So it was just very great. And then when I came to the fall, I decided to join the program as a student ambassador. And it was great because as a student ambassador, you give back. So you have experienced many different things and touch points with KLU staff and current students while you're applying for the university or just trying to find out information. And if you decided to be a student ambassador, that means that you definitely had great touch points. And now it's time to give back to the others that might be thinking about applying to KLU. And it was just great. I had an amazing time. And then there was this opportunity to become a lead student ambassador, which I was very excited about. And yeah, it's been over 2 years of the student ambassador program, being part of it, lead student ambassador. I'm very proud and very happy.
You should be proud because, of course, there's just one lead student ambassador, and that has been you for the past 2 and something years. I imagine you would recommend this experience to other students. Why would you say, yeah, you have to totally do this? Can you just summarize in 2-3 bullet points?
Definitely. So first of all, I definitely recommend that you become part of the student ambassador program. Do not miss this chance. I had an amazing time. But I would say that, first of all, you integrate in the KLU community in such an amazing way. You get to know everyone. And this, I think, it's one of the best parts of your studies, to be really integrated into the community. You feel like you're part of the KLU family. You get to know so many people inside and outside of the university. You also gain so many different skills that, of course, are going to be very useful for your CV and your later career. You have fun. It's very fun. So definitely, I recommend everyone should join.
At the end of the day, having fun is the most important part.
Right.
So, and you're talking about integration in the KLU community. You are very deeply integrated in the KLU community. And one of the parts of that is that you also have been contributing to the student recruitment and admissions department, working with them as a working student. What have you learned during this collaboration?
Yeah, so also has been a very long journey and very happy about it. Amazing moments. And it's just interesting that you see what happens in the background for all this admissions and application process, and you get to be part of it. You get to be part of maybe convincing a student why KLU is the great option. And being a student myself, it was just such a great experience because I could just really have a nice talk and share with them what my experience has been and why this could be also their experience. I work with an amazing team. I'm very happy about it. And it was just a very good experience. I learned so much and was very well integrated into the KLU staff family as well.
It's also very important for us to have all that feedback from current students. They can tell us how to improve, how to make the student experience even better. Basically, we learn in the way with you as well. So definitely everybody can benefit from this collaboration. The students and the different staff, different departments where student assistants are part of the team for a while.
Yes, definitely. It's a very good and beneficial exchange.
However, of course, this puts some more load on your plate during your student days. And how difficult was that combining pretty much working with a full-time bachelor program?
Well, it's not easy, but definitely possible. You really need to organize yourself and talk with your team too. And since my team was already inside of KLU, they were aware of my workload and they were very flexible with regards to my working hours and so on. So that was great. But there were, of course, times, maybe examinations times or thesis times where time was a little bit harder to manage. But overall, it's possible. If you are very organized, you have set deadlines and goals, everything works out fine.
Some people may think that they have to give up some of the fun, like some of their leisure and fun time in order to work. Do you feel that you left out some fun in order to work, or do you feel that it completed more the experience? How was your feeling about that?
I don't think I left out anything. It was just part of the experience. I think that, I had my lecture time, I had my fun time, and I had my work time. And I think that all together was a very good balance, and it just worked just fine. And I mean, at work too, it was fun. During lectures, it was fun. So it just worked great.
Now, at the end of the days, at your experience at KLU, you have also had a final last very nice surprise, and is that you have been awarded the AACSB prize for international students, thanks to your commitment to KLU and to your excellence. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Just to clarify, this is a prize, it's a monetary prize that some excellent international students get from different universities in Germany. And it's a yearly award. What is the first thing that you thought when you were knowing that you got this award?
Well, I was definitely very happy to see that people saw it and, considered that all the efforts I had put into KLU and the community. So it was just a great feeling to accomplish this, and I'm very happy about it.
And did you already think what you're going to do with your prize?
Well, nothing yet has been said on it, but I plan to use this money to travel, just have some fun. Maybe my parents will be coming to see me in my graduation, so maybe go for a little trip with them. And, they have done so much for me during all these years that maybe it's the time just to give a little bit back.
I can only say again, congratulations, Lara.
Thank
for
you.
Putting all the effort that led to that prize. You should be proud. We are now approaching the end of our interview, which is very sad.
Yeah, I think we have so much.
But there's one more step in your journey at KLU that I want to look into, and that graduation is around the corner. How are you envisioning your graduation party?
Oh, I'm very happy about it, especially because I will get the chance to graduate in, let's say, no Corona time. So we'll really get the chance to have a proper graduation. As I already just said, my parents will be here, so I'm very excited to have them part of this celebration. I'm just really looking forward to it, to be with my friends, my professors, the staff, and everyone that was involved in this process during this past 4 years, and just celebrate with them this big of achievement.
I'm totally going to the graduation as well. I think
Yes,
there's going to
I
be a
hope to
blast
see
of
you
a party. And now the world is open and full of opportunities for you to choose, which is not always easy. However, do you think at least KLU has prepared you well to feel confident in the next steps in your life?
Yes, definitely. I mean, of course, it's overwhelming to just finish your degree and, go with the everyday real world, but I'm very excited. I feel prepared. I'm going to evaluate all the opportunities ahead of me, and I'm sure I'm going to make the best choice.
It feels a little bit like you're one of those little turtles. You walk through the beach, that's your study program, and then all of a sudden you're in the sea.
Yeah.
And the whole ocean is, ready to get you and throw you here, throw you there. But finally you'll find your current and you will get to your goals. So.
Yes, definitely. It can be overwhelming, but at the same time, it's such a great feeling. I've worked hard for that for the past 4 years, and now it's the moment to just use everything I've learned, everything I've accomplished, and just go for another journey.
We cannot wait to see the career that is ahead of you and what you are going to be developing in the future. I'm sure that is going to be very positive, and we'll have you as an alumna here giving great advice to all our students in the future. Who knows, maybe doing graduation speeches. But for now, and to say goodbye in this podcast today, I will love for you to give, with all your experience, all your background, 4 years at KLU, prep program, bachelor program, working student, whatnot. What is one good advice that you will give to all potential students, all students that are starting this fall?
I would say my biggest advice is to be an active student and, join every opportunity you have to join a club or a community. Maybe professors sometimes also give opportunities for support. And I would just say to just join as much as you can, because that will really give you the entire experience, KLU family and community. So do not be afraid and just go for it. If you don't like it, of course, you can always just step back and go for something else, but don't be afraid to try.
There are some of the most beloved years of one's life, the years that you're studying in your 20s, sometimes in your 30s, who knows, sometimes in your 40s. And it's important to cherish and to live that experience 100%. So Laura, with this great advice, we're going to be saying slowly goodbye. Now you can add to the list of things that you have done at KLU, being a guest in the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you and welcome back anytime.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was just an amazing journey to be part of the start of this podcast, the production of it, and now to finalize this as a guest. I'm very happy. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura. We say goodbye for today with this, and we invite you to hear more amazing stories in our next episode of Important Learning, KLU Stories. Until then, receive a warm greeting from who has been on this side of the waves, Florian Schall in the technical side, and I'm Patricia Bandala. Take care and keep your crane moving. Tschüss!
Discover Kuhne Logistics University in Hamburg, Germany. Learn more about their offered business and supply chain management study programs at the-klu.org.